And we're back. Back to school, that is. Yeah, it's a bit of a grim time when you go back to school. I don't know what my opinions were. Well, I don't know, I was like kind of looking forward to going back just to sort of see people and to like get back into a schedule, but also because I was quite enjoying having sort of the freedom to do what I wanted with YouTube and shit. But I don't know, it's school, you know, it's gonna happen. It's I don't know, no point in that's one thing I've learned as being a kid going to school, coming back from holidays. It's just like you've got to realize that the holidays aren't going to last forever, and like I don't know, just sort of get over that almost, and just sort of accept that they're not going to last forever, and that's, you know, might as well just not think about it too much. I don't know. But yeah, so we are back with podcast. What number is this? 6. I want to say, yeah, it is 6. It is 6. And yeah, I don't know, what am I talking about? A lot of school and exam stuff. I think this is going to be very school centered, but also a bit on some other stuff. Also something about videos about the whole story-based games thing. I'm not sure if I should make another video about this actually. Yeah, I'm gonna make a separate video about that. But so yeah, I'm recording this on a Monday evening. I've been back at school for a little less than a week because we went back on Tuesday because the Holy Service Day thing. And yeah, it's been, I don't know, it's been obviously because I did my exams this year was my first year doing like proper exams, and obviously I got the results during summer, and going back I have the whole subject choices thing. You have everyone saying what they got and like the courses they want to go on, and sort of setting yourself up for eventually leaving school. And yeah, it's been vaguely interesting. So this is kind of what I wanted the podcast to be, is like sort of me, shit, I almost dropped my phone. Sort of kind of, I don't know if you call it documenting my life, but just sort of talking about what's going on in my life at a time, so that maybe one day I can look back on it and say, huh, look, I was doing that at that time, or I was thinking about this, or, you know, I was feeling a certain way, that sort of thing. And also just sort of sharing my life with anyone who cares to watch, because apparently some people do watch this. I don't know how you can, I mean, I watch Max's podcast. I sit down and just watch that and just sort of look into his face for like a fucking hour. But I don't know, it's like, sometimes I do, like, I play it in the background while I'm playing like some Rocket League or something, like, so, you know, you don't feel like you just have to sit here watching my face all the time, like, because that's probably going to get really boring, to be honest. So like, do it in the background of studying or playing a game, or I don't know, jacking off. Okay, not jacking off, why did I say it? No, okay, let's move on. So yeah, I suppose where I should start first is exam results. So I've got them sitting here, and I got these like a few weeks ago now, so I've kind of sort of gotten over it. Makes it sound bad. But like, I don't know, I suppose it depends on who you are, if you consider these good or bad. But I don't know, I don't know, I'm still unsure whether I'm actually going to share all of it with you, but I probably am, just because it'll depend, like, whether or not you think it's bad or good will depend completely on you and how you did or expect you'll do in your exams. But I don't know, at this point in life I've just kind of stopped giving a shit what people think, so that's always something that's, I think it's pretty, I don't know, something I like to believe, is just don't give a shit what people think, just do whatever the fuck you want. But yeah, so there's loads of bits of paper in there that I don't even know what they mean, but this is the important thing. This is like the grades. So the subjects I took last year, in Scotland we have a different like grading and course system to like the rest of the UK and obviously the rest of the world, but basically in 4th year you're like, most people are doing National 5 level, which is like sort of the basic level of stuff you want to be getting into jobs and shit like that. There's National 4, which below that, which is like for the slightly not so intelligent people in that area. Try not to offend anyone in that regard. And then you've got like hires and advanced hires above that. But so basically Nat 5 is like sort of the base level, like the stuff you want to have. Like you want to have maths and English in Nat 5 at least good grades on them, just sort of like that, you know, like foundation type stuff. So Nat 5 is like the foundation level. It's not the foundation level, but it's what you typically do in 4th year with your first initial exams. So how many subjects did I do? 6. So I had 6 Nat 5 exams to do this year. English, physics, accounting, chemistry, history, and maths. So I don't know, I suppose, like, I'm gonna speak a lot, I don't know, this is just gonna be a lot of me ranting, to be honest, thinking as it comes to my head about, like, the results, whether I'm happy with them, not happy with them, what's been going on with my subjects this year, and this is just gonna be me sort of talking about what's been going on with my whole schooling thing the last few weeks. So, I don't know, first off, the results. Should we start from bad? Should we go from bad to worst? No, bad to worst. No, we're starting from good to worst, or worst to best, I don't know. Okay, I think I'm gonna start with worst. This one is something that I was kind of hoping not to get, but maths. I didn't expect to do this badly on maths, but I got a D. A D in maths, which is my worst grade of all of them, and like I said, National 5 is like the base level of stuff you want to have to, like, for specifically like stuff like English and maths, which are like sort of your core two things that you need to have for like everything. Like, having a D in Nat 5 maths is not really good, to be honest, but so I'm retaking Nat 5 maths again this year to try and get a better grade, because like I said, Nat 5 maths is something you really want to have to put on your CV, just because it's like that base foundation level. So yeah, I'm redoing that this year, which I'll talk about a bit later. So at least we got that out of the way, which is the worst one. This is another one. So another one that I was not happy with. History C. I felt like I could have done. I don't know if I probably, well, obviously I didn't deserve a better grade in history because I got a C, but like, I don't know, I feel like I probably should have done better in history, to be honest, and I'm doing higher history this year. I'm really going to try and do better, at least, better this year, because I can definitely do better in history. Chemistry and accounting, these were just throwaway subjects this year. Like accounting started off okay, like at the beginning of the year, but it just got worse. Like, the teacher just wasn't very good. It was just, it was just a shambles, to be honest, and I'm happy just to pass it, to be honest. So C in accounting is fine. Chemistry, it all depended on the teacher for this year, to be honest. Like, the teacher we had was shite, and he just doesn't explain things properly, so I wasn't expecting much. I'm very happy with a pass for chemistry, to be honest, so C is fine. And then English and physics, I both got a B, which I'm happy with. I didn't get any A's, which, I don't know, it's like a couple of years ago I probably would have been trying to get A's in more things. Like, I don't know, it's like, for me, I should probably be doing better than this, to be honest. And like, so 2 B's, 3 C's and a D, which, I don't know, like, I always felt that I would do better than that. Just, I've spoken about this before, how throughout most of my school life I was usually like, not top of the class, but like, around that sort of bracket, like pretty decent and sick at everything, getting high marks and tests and shit. But now that it's actually mattering and I'm actually doing proper exams, I'm just sort of, I don't know, I'm just a lot lazier than I used to be, I guess, and I'm just not taking in information or studying properly, and I don't know, I feel a lot more motivation this year. Like, this, I guess you could say this has been kind of a wake-up call. I've got more motivation, at least for now, to do better. I'm trying to organise myself better and really push myself to actually do better, because I feel like I can definitely get more A's and B's and shit. So yeah, the aim for next year is probably to get an A in something, I guess. But I don't know, that's the thing, like, for me, that's alright. Like, I'm not unhappy with it, but I'm just, it's okay, it's not bad. It's not bad, I've passed most of it. But I don't know, I feel like I could have done better. It's, like, a lot of people, like, I hear people getting straight A's and, like, all A's and just 1 B, and then some people, like, I mean, you don't really hear about the people who failed everything or got like C's and D's and everything, because they're not going to be so vocal about it, are they? So it's kind of like shit to hear like everyone like around me sort of saying, yeah, I got A's and everything and B and everything. It's like, I don't feel like, well, some of them are like more intelligent than me, I feel like, but a lot of them, I feel like I could be doing as well as them. Maybe if I just worked a bit harder. I don't know, last year was just, I definitely didn't work hard enough, basically. I was just shit last year, to be honest. Loads of procrastination, I'm just shit for that. But I feel more motivation to do well this year. So hopefully, I don't know, we can see. But it's kind of shit when people are saying, all the A's that they got. And I'm just like, yeah, B's, C's. I mean, mainly B's and C's is okay. That's not, something to turn my nose up at. I mean, there's a lot of people who fail everything. So, I don't know. It's not the worst. It could have gone better, it could have gone worse. So yeah, I've shared that with the world now, which I say the world, like the 10 people who watch this maybe. But that's fine. So I don't know, if you've done exams before, like if you're going to do exams, let me know how you did in your exams. if you did exams, or if you haven't done exams yet, then what you expect to be doing if you're doing exams right now. That whole thing. Leave in the comments said if you're comfortable with sharing that sort of stuff, because I don't know if when I saw my D in maths, I was like, ooh, don't know if I want to be telling everyone that. But at this point, like, it's better. It's better just to not give a shit what people think of you. Honestly, like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Who cares? As long as you, I don't know. I was gonna say some really cheesy sort of motivational line there, but I stopped myself just because it would have been, like I said, really cheesy and shite. And I haven't really checked. Am I like? Is everything good here? I don't know, am I using... I'll be fine. So, yeah. I mean, with the whole exam results thing, I'm going to speak about, like, my whole plan for school this year and what's been going on in the last few weeks with, like, my timetable and stuff. Basically, with exam results, I mean, you hear, don't you, about people crying over it, like... In Scotland, like with the Nat 5 maths exam, there were 2 papers. Like you went in, did paper 1, came out again, like took 5 minutes or 10 minutes to like have a break and go for a piss or I don't know, and then you did a second paper. And a lot of people weren't happy with the first paper because it was like really difficult, like much more difficult than was anticipated. But I don't know if anything ever got resolved about that. But a lot of people came out of it, like in Scotland, a lot of people came out crying because it's like so difficult. And like you see a lot of people like coming out like, they feel sick before the exam and like, they're just crying and just so stressed out. It's like, yeah, it's exams are important, but I mean it's not, it's a bit over the top crying and being sick over it, isn't it? Like, I mean, I suppose a lot of people's parents are more strict about it, I guess, and they're like, come on, you got to do well, this is freaking important. I mean, my parents are like that as well, but they were very much sort of like, after how someone coming up to speak to me because in my prelims, which is like the practice exams we do in January, after I didn't do so well in them, I was getting pretty like worried and stressed out over it. But they were like, just work hard, do your best, and it'll be whatever it'll be, to be honest. Just and I think that's a good approach to have, just to sort of, it just made me like a lot less stressed about the whole situation. And I don't think it's worth like getting people, like, I think parents should really be sort of just saying, do your best and whatever it is will be, and we can move on from there. Exam results aren't the be-all end-all, honestly, but in a lot of ways, from what I hear, I mean, what do I know? I'm 15, what the fuck do I know? But, that's the whole thing, is like, exam results, they are very important, like, and they can, basically, they're essentially keys to get you access to, like, a certain job or a certain course of life, or just, they can help you in getting where you want to be in life. But they absolutely don't define intelligence, in my opinion. Like, a lot of it's just memory stuff, and like exam results don't define, and how well you do in school, test marks, they don't define intelligence at all, in my opinion. Like, true intelligence, they can get you where you want to go in life, but they don't define true like intelligence. Like, I'm not gonna get into all that, but yeah. So where was I going with that? Yeah, so exams, they're important, but they're not the be-all, end-all of life. You can still do a lot of stuff without them, in a lot of different ways, and I don't know, it's no use getting a bit over it, crying and being sick. It's just, it's not that important. It's obviously, like I say, it's really important to do well, because they can help you a lot in life, but it's not, like, worth getting super stressed over it. Like, work hard and do your best, whatever it'll be, and you can do what you will from there, but, like, just calm down. Just calm down. So yeah, that was my exam results. I don't know how you thought they were, but you know what? I don't give a shit, to be honest. So, so yeah. So I got those results. I was like, okay, didn't do as well as I probably could have done, but I got a few B's, mainly C's, mainly passes. So it's fine. It's fine. It'll do. It'll do for a butcher's dog, as they say in London. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, so I got those, and then obviously we choose our subject before we do the exams. So like, you could be banking on getting a B in higher maths, and then you put yourself down for higher maths, and then if you don't get the B in maths, then you don't get into higher maths, or if you don't get the grade enough high enough, then you don't get into higher maths, and you're gonna have to sort that out after the summer, which is ironically what happened to me. Obviously, I got a D in maths in Nat 5, so I've got to retake Nat 5 maths this year rather than taking higher, and I actually put myself down for higher maths before I did the exam, when we were choosing our subjects, just because I don't know why I did, to be honest. Looking back, I mean, it just sort of made sense at the time, I guess, but obviously I couldn't do maths, so there was a lot of, and I'm trying to remember what my choices were, but before summer, but basically, a lot of people have to sort of change around their subjects based on what they got in the exams, so that's what happened with me. Looking at my timetable now, what did I change? So maths is one obvious one. So to get into higher maths, I think you had to have at least a B in that 5 maths, which obviously I didn't get, which is, because I'm just shit for some reason. So I couldn't retake. I've got my timetable up there, so I'm just sort of looking at it, just to sort of remind myself. So I couldn't take higher maths, and what happened exactly? So I think this just happened like over the last sort of week or so, and I can't even remember. I'm so shit. Basically what happened was, I just went to like the guidance teachers, like obviously I need to change, like sort it out with my math teacher. Basically the Nat 5 class, which I'm not sure. Basically the actual Nat 5 class was full, so I couldn't get into that. But basically what's happening this year is I'm staying in the higher class, but I'm just doing Nat 5, so I've got to sit at like a retard table in the corner and do Nat 5. But basically there's a few people who are doing Nat 5 who are in that higher class, so we're just sort of, because the actual Nat 5 class is full, it's got like 30 people, which is as much as you can have in a class, legally, I don't know. Basically we're staying in that higher class, but we're like sort of being shunned into the corner on our own table to just sort of practice Nat 5 and get good at it so that we can do it next year, which, I don't know, I was happy to do Nat 5 maths, and it sort of worked out well because I could stay in the same column, so it wouldn't shuffle around my timetable too much, or it's all in that regard. But at the same time, I knew as soon as they said that, I was like, I don't know, I can imagine that, I can imagine that some people might make fun of that, like, oh, you didn't do well in your exam, you only got a D, oh, fucking retard, and you have to go sit in the Nat 5 retard table in the corner of the class. But I mean, so far there hasn't really been anything. I feel like maybe I'm at the age where people just don't really care. It's like everyone's just trying to do well in their exams, trying to get through and work on what they need to work on. I feel like a lot of people seem to be pretty, like, I suppose the people in my class are like I don't know, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't know, I haven't really had too much sort of hassle about it, and people making fun, which is nice. People just seem to be like, yeah, sure, whatever, like, we've all got shit we need to do, so might as well just get on with it, which is quite nice. But I think it's maybe because I'm in a class full of people who are doing higher maths, so they're obviously of pretty decent intelligence, and they're not like, I'm not trying to stereotype and generalize people, but I can think of certain people in my head who maybe didn't do as well, or didn't take such high level exams, and who would maybe make fun of that a bit more, especially, I don't know. But basically, I was a little bit worried about having people saying, oh, fucking retard, you got to take Nat 5 maths again. But so far there hasn't really been any of that, so like, I guess people are more mature than I give them credit for, I guess. But I mean, people have asked about it, but like, it's never sort of been making fun, just because I feel like people are a bit more mature, I guess, at least there's certain people, at least people who have spoken to about it. But I don't know, it's not been too bad so far. So what else have I changed? What was that thing? What was I changing? What did I go to see her about? I went to see the teacher about it, like stuff I need to change. Fuck. What was I changing? Another one was, so last year when I was putting in my subjects, I put down National 5 Media Studies, which I didn't really know what it was at the time. I just sort of put it down just because it seemed vaguely interesting. But like, I'm in a class full of 4th years, and I'm in 5th year, obviously, so I wasn't, pardon me, so I didn't really fit in the class, and the subject wasn't, like, I don't know, it just didn't seem that interesting. It was sort of like looking at adverts, and just sort of analysing them, and it was a Nat 5 class full of S4, so there was a lot of just sort of watching films for the, I mean, I was only in it for a few weeks to be fair, but it just didn't seem that interesting, and because I got a B in English, my mum thought that it'd be much better for me to take English at higher rather than just sort of slumming it at Nat 5 media, which I think, yeah, was probably the better choice, just because I didn't really fit in the class. It was like, I didn't really know anyone, and I was kind of, the work wasn't that interesting, and I feel like, so yeah, basically I've managed to switch out Nat 5 media for higher English, which is quite lucky actually, because the class is almost full. There's people sort of dropping in and out of that class. But yeah, so I've come in a few weeks late, and I've just started it today actually, and I've got a lot of catching up to do. I have already an essay to do for like a week on Friday, which is it's a fantastic start, but like, you know, I've got a lot of catching up to do. But yeah, English, I don't know. So yeah, I basically swapped out Nat 5 media for higher English just because I did well in the English exam. My mum thought, like, we both thought, after speaking about it a bit, we were like, you know, I've always been pretty good at like English and writing stuff. Even way back in primary, I was pretty good at like writing stories and stuff. Like the teachers would often like sort of say to my mum that he's pretty decent writing stories. He can write a pretty decent novel, which actually I can write good novels, as some of you may know in YouTube comment sections. I write fantastic novels in there sometimes. But yeah, so I've always been good at sort of writing and stuff. But man, I always thought that just because of the sort of the friend group I have, they're a much more sort of sciencey, maths, engineering type group, at least a lot of them. And I just sort of aligned myself with that. It's like, yes, I should do that. But I feel like I'm probably better with like writing and stuff like that, to be honest. I mean, thinking about it, like history, I'm pretty decent at. I'm pretty I was over the last few years. I've been pretty good at writing essays and stuff when I like commit myself to it. Which I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing to sort of, you learn about yourself as you grow up. You learn like what you're good at and when you're not good at, I guess. Typical cliche thing that teachers always bang on about you. But yeah, so I'm taking higher English now. I've got a lot of catching up to do, a lot of work to do, but it's a subject that I feel like I could do well in. If I just work hard, then it's not going to be too challenging to do well in if I just do the proper revision and stuff. Nat 5 maths though, I've got a... So what am I taking? I'll go through what I'm taking. What else did I change? I went... Fuck. Yeah, I think it was like the way the columns were with like the subject choices. It was gonna end up maybe being a bit awkward. I might have to like take some random subject like geography that I didn't really want to take, but it's all worked out for the better actually. So the subjects that I've got now, these are probably like my final subjects, the stuff that I'll be taking all year. Higher history, Nat 5 maths. I've got to retake that this year, obviously. Higher RMPS, which is religious, moral, and philosophical studies. Yeah, that's it. That one's really interesting actually. RMPS. I'll speak about that in a bit as well. Higher physics, which I may or may not be getting kicked out of because they kind of want you to get at least a B in National 5 Maths to get into higher physics, and I obviously got a D. So the teacher came up to me, it's like, you did shit in your maths, mate. Why the fuck are you here? But he knows he's taught me for a few years, and he's like, well, you're pretty decent at physics. I feel like you could probably do well, so we'll keep you in for a while and see how you do. So I've really got to work hard with physics to stay in that class. Higher English, higher history. Is that all? Not 5 maths, higher history, higher MPS, higher physics, higher English, and is that it? Wait, history, maths, RPS, physics, English. Huh. That's my 5 like main higher. Yeah, I suppose we're only doing five hires. So yeah, that's my 5 actual subjects. I've also got like P and stuff like that thrown in, but yeah. So those are my 5 main ones, and yeah, RMPS is actually really interesting at higher. We're talking about like sort of the first subject we talked about was like where we learned was like war and peace, or it was about war and stuff, and about like the moral issues of war. The teacher keeps banging on us that it's not history. Like, we're not meant to learn the history. We can learn the history part side of it, but it's like we're meant to sort of analyze stuff and think about the moral arguments on each side. But it's really interesting. We've learned about like there's a lot of just sort of discussion about sort of like war and moral reasons for the positives, like the pros of nuclear weapons and the negatives. And we've learned a lot about nuclear weapons and chemical weapons and conventional weapons, different kinds of weapons, like different kinds of wars. We learned about terrorism, like moral arguments on each side for stuff. Now we're doing like religion and stuff, and it's just really interesting. I find that stuff like this really interesting. Like, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain, but like what exactly we do, but there's just a lot of discussion and like a lot of just sort of talking about like war and politics and just sort of like moral arguments. It's not actually, I don't know if I'm making it sound like really boring, but it's actually really interesting to me. It's just, I don't know, RMPS hires like surprised me. It's really interesting. So I'm really happy I took that actually, and hopefully I can do well on that. But yeah, so what else was I? What other subject stuff do I need to chat about? Well, I say need to chat about it. So yeah, maths, I've got to retake Nat 5 and basically just practice Nat 5 as much as I can and do better in... Basically, I'm going to retake the exam next year, so hopefully get a better grade in that. History, I think I'm fine for. I think I just need to sort of just push on with that and just do decently again. Physics, obviously, I don't think I'm going to be getting dropped out of that higher physics class because of that maths grade, but I still might, but I don't think it's going to happen, so hopefully I really need to focus on physics and really impress and do well in that class. English, I've got a lot of catching up to do at the moment, got an essay and shit to do, and yeah, that's about it, I think. Yeah, so basically this year is, I don't know, my exams didn't... I don't know, these results, like I said, they did okay. It's not the end of the world, honestly. B's and C's and 1D, I can deal with that. It's not the best. It's not like straight A's like a lot of people were saying they got, but like it's okay. And I feel like I've got a lot more motivation than I felt last year to do well. Cause like I said, this kind of been a wake up call, I guess you could say, and I feel motivated to do well in these subjects. A lot of these subjects I feel like I can enjoy. Like history, I really enjoy. RMPS is fantastic at the moment. Physics, I really need to work hard. That's going to be something that I really need to work hard on. English, got a lot of catching up to do, but I feel like with enough hard work, I can do pretty decently in English. Maths, I really want to make sure I'm going to freaking pass that Nat 5. And yeah, I don't know, it's like, I suppose because there's like slightly less subjects, it's like a little less sort of, I don't know, stuff to think about, but I don't know, this year I feel motivated to do well, and I've got like sort of a little plan on my week. I'm trying to be a bit more organised and really trying to do better this year, to just sort of, because like you see a lot of people, like I see a lot of people, they've got study plans and they're like studying a lot and they're really working hard for it, and I'm like, I want to do that, I want to work hard and get a good grade at the end of it. So yeah, I don't know, we'll see how this year goes, but I don't know, I feel like, have I talked about everything I wanted to talk about in that whole thing? I don't even know, how long's that been? Holy crap, that's been like half an hour already, damn. There wasn't really much else I wanted to talk about, but I feel like there might have been more I wanted to talk about, but that's like the general overview. Is like, I feel motivated to do well this year, in terms of, school. I've got a great attention span right there, yeah, I feel pretty motivated to do well. I'm really going to try and do well in these subjects, and yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So, and like I said, just sort of, this is kind of the point of why I started the podcast, to sort of document parts of my life, what I'm thinking about, what I'm trying to do, what I'm thinking about, what I'm feeling at a certain point in time, so that in the future I can go back and I'll be like, oh, I was doing this at this point in time. So yeah, that's sort of what's been going on in my life the past few weeks. That's like a general overview. I think there was some other, I don't know, I feel like maybe some certain things that I spoke about, I maybe wanted to talk about, or I plan to talk about in more detail, but I don't know, I just sort of do these podcasts on the fly. I just sort of say stuff as it comes to me. So yeah, I don't know, this is, so another topic that I thought I'd talk about. I've spoken about sort of demotivation and confidence stuff quite a lot in these podcasts and just in videos in general, but I hate whenever I like think of topics and I put it down on my phone, I'm always like ready, like when I'm laying in bed in the middle of the night, I'm thinking, oh, I could speak for hours about this topic, and I could get all my thoughts on camera, be sick, and then when I get around to do it, I'm just like not in that mindset, if you get what I mean. So it's kind of hard to sort of convey my thoughts properly. I always find that difficult to sort of convey my thoughts into words. I really wish I could be better at that. I was listening to Max's podcast the other day, and he just ranted on and on about religion and beliefs and shit like that. And I want to do that, but it's just like whenever I get the mindset and the motivation to do that, it's like in the worst possible situation when I'm like, you know, in the middle of an exam. Well, that didn't happen, but like when I'm in the middle of the night when I'm asleep or something like that, and then when I come around to doing it, I'm not in that same mindset. So that's something I really want to get better at. And also I want to talk about like religions and beliefs and stuff, because listening to Max's podcast, there's so many. I feel like we need to do a podcast together where we chat about that stuff, because I feel like we could have some really interesting debates and discussions about that, because I feel like we have slightly different backgrounds. We could sort of, I don't know, like some of the things he said I feel like didn't clash with my stuff. I can see his point of view, but I don't know, I have some different opinions, but also quite a few similar opinions. I think we'd have a really interesting discussion about it. But yeah, so where was I? That was a tangent and a half. So yeah, I was talking about confidence and stuff. Let me just read over my notes here. What was I? Yeah, so I'm a pretty self-deprecating person, especially when it comes to YouTube. Like the littlest thing on a video, I'll like spend like half an hour, like a day even, like I'll come back to it a few times a day trying to sort it. Just the littlest thing in a video, like something most people wouldn't even notice, but I want to make it, just because I feel like people might notice that, and people might sort of think, oh, well, this guy's fucking lazy, he couldn't be able to fix this little problem, then, you know, unsubscribe type thing. But I don't know, it doesn't take much to knock confidence. Not just in me, I'm sure like pretty much almost everyone's like this. It doesn't take much to like knock someone's confidence, their self-belief. Like for loads of weeks there, like particularly during summer, I felt really motivated to like make videos, and I was feeling good about the whole thing. I feel good now as well. It's like after a bit of thought about it, and there's a few motivational songs. Actually, songs really help me with like just sort of certain songs, like certain lyrics and stuff. It's just like motivational shit, man. It's sick. Music's fucking fantastic for that sort of thing. And just like so many things that sort of motivate me to get back into being consistent. Like just, I don't know, seeing other people do it, and just, I don't know, it's just so many things that just get me right back in that mindset. And it's not, but at the same time, confidence can be knocked really easily. And it's crazy how like say I upload a video, right, and it gets a little less views. Like this is just one example. Like loads of stuff can knock, like for me, can knock my confidence and motivation, specifically about YouTube. This is sort of a YouTube centered thing, because for me, YouTube's such a big part of my life, and it's what I'm most passionate about, and it's something that I just want to do all the time, but for what sometimes I can't, or sometimes I just don't, because I'm so, I don't know, it's just like laziness and procrastination and demotivation sometimes. But it's something, I'm the most, someone said, what's your passion? My immediate response is YouTube, just because, I don't know, it's hard to explain passion for YouTube, I guess. But anyway, that's another discussion. I've spoken about that before, I think. Yeah. But it's like, so specifically for me in YouTube, and I get like the motivation. Like, this is just one part of my life. So with YouTube, say I upload a video and it gets a few less views than my other videos. It gets a few less likes, or not so many people are putting in the comments. That can sort of, and like, I don't know, especially like if I put out the video maybe thinking it's going to do well, or maybe with the pre-thought that maybe it's not going to do so well, and I put it out and it doesn't get as like, it gets a little, just not even much, it's a couple less views or likes or something, or comments, and that leads to a small confidence knock. And then especially if I don't have any other videos and like something else happens, like maybe I'm busy, I've got stuff to do, I've got like homework looming over my head, or I've got like like sorting out all my subjects. These last few weeks has been like kind of stressful, honestly. I'm getting quite worried about what my courses were going to be this year, and how my timetable was going to end up. I was quite stressed out and worried about it for a while. I'm quite happy with it now, to be honest, but for a while they're like having that looming over my head, and when a video doesn't get as many likes or comments or something, and And that could just lead to a little confidence knock, and then that leads to just sort of negative thinking, like I'm sitting here, I could make a video, and I could, do some studying, and I could get shit done, but it's like Mark said once, like, I could be making a video right now, but I'm not, because I've got homework to do, I've got studying to do, I should go out and exercise, or go work out or something. So I'm not going to make a video because I should be doing homework, but then I'm not going to do the homework because I'm lazy as fuck, and I'll go like play Rocket League, or I'll just sit watching YouTube videos, and like it's hard to explain. Like, I could be making a video right now, but I know I shouldn't be because I've got homework to do. So I'm not going to make a video because I should be studying, but I'm just not going to study because I'm lazy as fuck, and I'm going to just bullshit around and scroll through Facebook. And then, like, you do that for like a day or a couple of days, and then you get behind on videos, and you haven't uploaded for a few days, and that happens a lot with like me and Max. I feel like we just sort of motivation, like when you get out of the role of making videos like every few days, then like that sort of leads to more negative thinking and more demotivation. It's just sort of crazy how it all sort of comes together and just sort of into one big spin of like demotivation and confidence. Like the negative thinking of like, oh, this video didn't do as well, can lead to like demotivation. Then that demotivation can lead to you just pissing about for a few days and not getting on with like making videos or studying. And then by the time you get around to thinking about making a video, you're like, oh, it's been a few days, and that leads to more negative thinking, which leads to more demotivation, which leads to even less consistency, which leads to more demotivation. And it's crazy how quickly it just spins out of control. And it's like, sometimes you've just got, I feel like with me, I've just got like sort of step back a minute, and sometimes I just feel like I don't have the opportunity to step back in life, which is like, I don't know, sometimes I feel like, I don't know, it's like a thing with my general life. I feel like sort of trapped in like, life is moving so quickly, and I've got to get up, and I've got to go to school, and I feel like I don't have any time to just sit down and think, which I should have used the summer holidays for. But then when you're in the summer holidays, you're not thinking about anything. You're just like, oh cool, I'm on holiday, I don't have to do shit. But then once you get back in school, and you got to start making videos, and like it's hard to like clear your head and really step back and think about things when you're like stressing about your timetable, and you're thinking, oh, I've got to make videos, and I've got to study, and I've got to do all this shit. And I don't know, what was I saying before that? My mind gets so full of stuff. I don't know, but I don't know. So what was I saying before that? Saying how don't have any, feel like I'm trapped in like, what was I saying? Damn it, I hate when I do this. What was I saying? Just give me a second. It'll come back to me. So yeah, it's crazy how quickly it can all sort of, all the demotivation, negative thinking, just sort of spin out of control, and you're just like, and then I'll come back and I'll enjoy making videos. YouTube's a weird thing with me. It's like, I love YouTube so much, and I'm so passionate about it. I've been doing YouTube for years now, and I don't even remember how I started. I just sort of put stuff up just because like I just watched big YouTubers like, I want to be like Ali A, and I'll put up shit called videos, and that's how everyone starts. And then I feel so many people I know, like friends that I know, have started uploading videos, and they were shit. Everyone's first videos are shite quality, and they're terrible. And then some of them, make some videos, then go away, and then come back and make some more shit videos, and then come back. And I feel like that's how everyone does. And most people I know just sort of gave up and don't seem to be, coming back to it, which is fine. It's like, they don't care. They've got other shit to do in life. But for me, I watched so much like Avalier and other YouTubers, and I just got so knowledgeable about YouTube. And like, as I learned how to make videos better, and like when I was making Destiny videos, I got more views, and I watched more. Like, I spent so much of my time just watching YouTube videos, and I'm just so, over the years, I've built up such a passion for just YouTube and like the community aspect of it, and just making entertaining videos and putting them out there. It's like, I just have, it's my passion. YouTube is absolutely my passion, which sounds kind of dumb almost when you think about it, because like, it's just making YouTube videos, and it's supposed to be, people, big YouTubers always say, oh, just do it for fun, just have fun doing it. And I have fun doing it. I love making those edited videos and making these podcasts where I can get shit out and there's other people who will comment, and it's sick. But at the same time, I feel like sometimes me, and I feel like maybe Max does this as well. We're really similar in a lot of ways when it comes to YouTube. Max is like, I've never met someone so similar to me in terms of their passion for YouTube, but their motivation problems and like I don't know. It's pretty sick speaking to Max a lot of time, because we share a lot of common problems with the whole YouTube thing. But it's like, it's meant to be a casual thing, and it is like, I do it for a hobby in my spare time, and it's like I enjoy doing it. But at the same time, when I get like stressed out over it, it's like, oh, I've got to make a video. It's like, you don't have to make a video. People aren't gonna care that much if you go, like, you guys who watch these videos, it's not like Ali, who, I've spoken about this before, I'm sure, but it's not like Ali, who, if he misses a day of uploads, then, he's got millions of people who they watch his videos every day and they love him. And like, I used to be like that with Ali. I'm not so much of a fan now of his stuff. I'm not like as obsessed with Ali as I used to be, but like back in the day, I used to love his videos, man. I just watched them so much. I don't know even why, but so many people with so many YouTubers, they like almost rely on them, and they like, it's part of their daily routine. It's like, oh, I'll watch some YouTube videos, I'll watch this guy, he's gonna upload something and I'll enjoy it. And it's like, I don't feel like I have anyone like that. It's not like, obviously, so there's just mad that people even watch these videos and apparently enjoy them. I just find mental, to be honest. Like, I never thought that could ever happen. I genuinely never thought I could just get even a few people just watching these videos, honestly. But the fact that, if I don't upload for a week, obviously you guys, some of you are going to be like, well, I would have liked if you'd uploaded, but it's not like I'm super annoyed about it, just because, I know you're a small YouTuber, and like, I know you're not very consistent, and you probably should be, you lazy cunt, but, it's like, I don't rely on you. But sometimes I feel like, I don't like, just now, like this video, the gap between this video and the last video that I uploaded is bigger than I would like it to be, and I get stressed out and that leads to negative thinking, and then I get demotivated over that, when in actuality, and I spend so much time thinking about it and stressing about it sometimes, when in actual fact, you guys watching these videos, you don't care that much. It's just like, okay, Drew hasn't uploaded today, cool, I'll move on with my life. Like obviously I want to like, upload videos and like keep that up, because I feel like I owe you that, just because, just getting 10 likes on a video and like getting 20-30 views is just mental for me. Mental. I never thought I could do that, and I feel like I want to, give back, because apparently you enjoy these videos. I still have that little niggling self-confidence issue in me. It's like, do you really enjoy these videos? Because I don't. Because apparently, like, I get comments like, nice video, I really enjoyed this, but at the same time, I could probably have, well, okay, if I had 1 million subscribers and hundreds of comments saying, I love you so much, this is sick, I want to suck your dick, then, then I'd probably believe it. But it's just like, I still have that niggling thing in my head. It's like, no, your videos aren't that good, these people don't really care, they just want, I don't know. But I still have that sort of little self-confidence thing in my head where, I still don't quite believe that people genuinely enjoy these videos, but I still want to upload videos because I feel like I owe that to you. But in actual fact, you don't care that much, do you? It's like, I don't have that obligation to upload regular like all the time and get stressed over it, because it's not meant to be a stressful thing. It's not meant. YouTube's a casual thing, but it's just that when you're as passionate about it as small YouTubers like us, who, like me and Max, for example, who are super passionate about it and really want to make it, more than just a hobby. We want to do it, full time and stuff like that. But we're so small in terms of subscribers and views that, we shouldn't take it as seriously as we sometimes do, and not taking it seriously in the way that we're like uploading every single day and they're like super high quality and we act, like as if it's our full-time job, just sort of thinking about it all the time and getting stressed out about it. And that stress leads to negative thinking, which leads to just motivation, which just leads to more inconsistency with my uploads. And when in actual fact I should just be enjoying just making videos and just having fun with it, and just sort of trying to just stay in it, because positive mindsets are so sick, and I love it because I've been in that a lot more recently than I used to be, like a few months ago. Or like especially a year ago when I was making Destiny videos, I got in so many inconsistent runs, and negative thinking with Destiny videos, and these, like, recently I felt really, really good with YouTube a lot of the time, and I feel like I can get back into that consistency and positive thinking a lot better now, and maybe I'll learn to deal with that even better as time goes on. But a lot of the time it's just sort of standing back a bit and just sort of chilling out. It's like, stop stressing out. It's just YouTube. Like, it's not the be all end all of everything. It's just that it's a lot of things. It's like wanting to upload because I feel like I owe you something just for subscribing, just commenting every now and then. It's just, I feel like I owe that to you, even though you probably don't care about it that much, that, you know, you don't care if I'm uploading every single day, just because, you know, it's not, I don't know. And it's also like, what am I trying to say again? Fuck, I'm so bad with this. Fuck. Damn it! I hate myself sometimes. Trains of thought. But yeah, what was that thing? Trying to rack. Fuck. I hate having these long silences, but I'm just so bad with keeping my train of thought. When I go off on a tangent, I'll forget what I was speaking about. That's annoying. But yeah. So is it? Fuck. So yeah, I don't know. It's just, do you enjoy these videos? Because a lot of it's just shit. But you know, it's, yeah, that's what it was. It's like my sort of need. Not need for success, I guess. I haven't been that successful in the past with YouTube, but I mean, I want to, you know, continue growing on YouTube, and I want to be successful on YouTube as much as possible. And I'm like, oh, you haven't uploaded in a few days, dude, that's not good. You ever think you're gonna be big on YouTube if you don't upload consistently? And then I just get into that negative thinking. It's just like, dude, just chill. It's a hobby. It's just something that you do right now, and you just enjoy it. Just upload good videos that you enjoyed making. And just stay in a positive mindset, and you will be more consistent. And then it's just that staying in that positive mindset about it will lead to more consistency and just better videos in general. It's just, sometimes you just need to take a step back and just think about it, and just like, okay, what do I need to do? Just chill out and just, I don't know, just fuck it. It's just, you know, not get stressed. There's no point in getting stressed out in life, honestly. That's another thing I've learned as I've grown older, in my wiser years of 15. You know, I'm a pretty, you know, wise old man at this point. I have many experiences from across the globe of I don't know, playing Rocket League, I guess. But you know, that's one thing that I've gotten better at in recent years, is just sort of not caring, just like sort of not getting so stressed out and worked up over stuff. Like when you're a kid, you get worked up over, or at least I did. I got really nervous about doing new things, or I got worked up over stuff. It's just chill out and just make the best of situations. Just enjoy life, have a laugh with people, and just don't take yourself that's another thing. Don't take yourself too seriously, and just, you know, just be, you know, don't give a shit what people think. Honestly, that's something that I've been pretty decent at with getting into my head recently. Just don't give a shit what people think. Honestly, just, you know, who gives a fuck? If you're in a positive mindset and you're enjoying life and shit, then who gives a fuck? And if you're not enjoying life, then like try and find, well, actually that's not an area where I've really thought about. If you're not enjoying life, if your life's not fantastic like mine, where I've just got the perfect life, you know, my life's just perfect apparently. The way I'm speaking, I'm making it sound like it is, but you know, it's just making the best of situations, honestly, and just, I mean, maybe it's easier for me to say just because I don't really have anything particularly wrong at the moment. Just like with my timetable getting sorted, I've not really got anything mega stressful, but yeah, there's someone coming upstairs right now, so I'm going to use that as a break to think. But yeah, I don't know where that started off as like negative thinking, leading into knocking confidence, leading into demotivation. I don't know. Basically, I don't know. That's the thing with these podcasts. I always find that a lot of it's just me ranting, getting. Okay, they're going. A lot of it's just me. Like, I feel like I'm ranting, and I'm just sort of getting out the stuff that's in my head on video, rather. And I feel like maybe I don't know. There's nothing I'm supposed to be doing, I guess. But I feel like maybe I should be trying to give a more structured, speech, I guess, on like a topic, and just sort of like trying to get my thoughts out in like an ordered way so that people can understand, people can relate to, maybe, and maybe coming out with some sort of solution at the end of it, like, well, if you're demotivated, then do this, and this is what I do. But I mean, there's not really any point to these podcasts. It's just sort of, like I say, just me sort of getting out what's in my head. And although maybe there isn't much purpose to it, and I don't really have any sort of good conclusion, maybe, I don't know, maybe you can relate to it, or maybe you find it interesting, and I don't know, just sort of getting shit out of my head, and like, you know, maybe people relate to it, maybe people just enjoy hearing about what I'm thinking about, and like I said, I can sort of come back in a few years' time and see that this is what was on my mind, and I can see how I've changed as a person. You know, it's, I don't know. Like I said, I always feel, I think I've come on a revelation during this podcast, is that although a lot of the podcast I always end up feeling that I've just sort of ranted on for however long. How long is this? That's been long, actually. Damn, I'm impressed with myself. That's been like 15 minutes of me just rambling on and not having. Sometimes I struggle to like speak and hold my train of thought. I really struggle with that sometimes, but I feel like maybe it's like more natural, and you can sort of relate to some of the stuff or understand some of the stuff that through my weird speaking and my weird trains of thought. Maybe you can make sense of something, and maybe you can see it from a perspective. You can what's the word? Translate it? No, not translate it. You can process it in a way that makes sense to you, and maybe you can relate to, or you can think about, or I don't know. I'm not really entirely sure what the point of these podcasts is. It's just to sort of get my thoughts out on video, and just sort of just get my thoughts out, I guess, what's going on in my life at the moment, what I'm thinking about at the moment, and just maybe having a chat with people about it, and just sort of documenting how I'm feeling at a certain point in time. So yeah, that's I feel like I think we've turned over a new leaf in this podcast. I feel like we've learned the purpose of these podcasts is like nothing. There's no real purpose. It's like I don't need to, or maybe I do need to make it more organized and structured and make a point. I don't know. Maybe you'd enjoy that more. I don't know. Basically, I don't know what I'm trying to say. That's the perfect example. I've just been ranted on for about 5 minutes about the point of the podcast. Like what the fuck? I don't know. I guess it gives you an insight into my mind. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah. So that's been podcast number 6. Like I said, I always feel at the end of these videos, it's just been sort of me ranting on for 15 minutes, doing just not really adding much to the world. But you know what? Maybe if you've enjoyed it, then cool. I don't know. You've processed what I've said in some way, and you can relate to it in your life, or you can draw comparisons to your life, and you can, I don't know. Maybe you'll come away from this podcast with something. Maybe you'll come away from it with a life lesson, or something you can bring into your own life to help yourself, or something you feel that you can relate to me about. Or maybe you'll leave this podcast with nothing gained, and you'll just feel like you've wasted an hour of your time, which is fine as well, as long as you've enjoyed listening to my voice. I don't know. I've been told before that I've got a nice voice by like 2 people, 3 people actually now. I always feel like sometimes on video I have an annoying voice. Like during these podcasts, I feel like I could have a nice sort of soothing. Apparently, I've been told by a few people that I've got a soothing voice, but I always feel like the way I speak, I don't take advantage of that soothing voice. I speak in a stupid way, which means that my voice is less soothing. Which, I don't know, maybe I should try and work on that and make my voice more soothing for these podcasts. Maybe, you know, try and make it better in general just to listen to. But I don't know, 3 people have told me that I've got a nice voice, but I don't think I do. I always, everyone finds their voice annoying, but mine's like, I don't know. Making videos for so long, it's kind of got me used to my voice. I don't mind it as much as I feel like a lot of people do, but like I don't know, it's just annoying. It's just not like a nice, I don't know. I'm not going to get into a discussion about my fucking voice. What the fuck is wrong with me? Thank you very, very, very much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, I'm going to probably make a video about story-based game playthroughs and stuff, but why am I telling you this at the end of the podcast? Most people are not watching at this point. Why am I still even speaking? I don't even know. I'm such such a ranty person. I don't know. I don't know why I struggle to just end videos so much. I just feel like I have to talk for 10 minutes to the end of it. Just absolute shite. I mean, a lot of people seem to enjoy that with a lot of YouTubers. They enjoy sort of the rants at the beginning and end of videos. A lot of people like that sort of personal level that a lot of YouTubers have, but I'm sure none of you enjoy it with me. Because mine are just pointless and not funny, and like most of you probably don't watch them. So I don't know. I'm just gonna end it now because I should probably shut up. So yeah, we talked about school, my exam and school experience so far, my plans for this year, what I want to do, self-confidence and self-belief and self-stuff. I don't know. Like I said, you processed it in your own way. You've drawn your own conclusions, I guess. So with that, I'll freaking end that one there. So thank you very, very, very much for watching, everyone. I always appreciate it. Thank you just for being here. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye for now. And final. That's 55 minutes. That's pretty decent. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty impressed with that stuff. I'm pretty impressed with that self. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, I feel like that's been a decent podcast. I'm quite happy with that. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see in the final edit, as we say. But why am I still speaking? I don't even know. I'm just gonna. Bye.